broadcast for the Rat King. This is going to be basically more or less my first impression on the Rat King boss. So in this video it will include how to actually reach the Rat King and what we have to fight on the way to the designated area in order to start the fight with the Rat King. And it also includes some overall tips, since I had one skirmish with him already, but so yeah, I have some tips more or less overall what we should probably be doing. Alright, so we have to fight 2 clickers, but you don't want to waste your ammo. It's gonna be pretty frantic when we fight. So since there's generally a full tank, there's fuel right there, so you might as well use some of this, so you can go and grab that. You don't want to waste anything that's useful. We don't have enough supplements yet, but what we're gonna do is we're gonna go and reach out for, I believe, this. Improved pipe bombs. It's important to get. If we can get improved pipe bombs, that's fucking awesome, basically. Because they really do a good amount of damage to this fucking monstrosity. Among other things, they're pretty quick, and they not only stun, but they also do blast damage. So, and the radius on the blast is 50% and is deadlier. Craft more effective pipe bombs that are deadly in a larger area. I mean, it just basically means you're going to be able to hit the boss more often with your, less likely to miss with improved pipe bombs. Not only that, but you may also be able to take out some of the extra spawn that comes around, since that's how powerful they are. I would like to get to this, but I don't think we're gonna get it, so. Among other things, incendiary shells are gonna be really good, as well as hunting pistol ammo. But again, incendiary shells, really important, especially if you've upgraded the shotgun. One can argue crafting more ships is useful. I honestly think that crafting more pipe bombs is actually more useful. That's my opinion, but I want to go for both, but I don't think it's going to be possible to do. But if I had to choose, I'd probably go with more pipe bombs. Only because of the fact that pipe bombs can potentially wipe out multiple clickers, whereas shivs, it can only kill one clicker. I mean, a pipe bomb can just do exactly what a shiv can do, except it's just got more use, that's all. And on top of that, since pipe bombs bounce on impact, creates a noise which can attract another enemy, another infected. And with the larger radius, you're gonna most likely be able to take out at least, on average, at least 2 enemies. Whereas you'll never be able to do that with a shiv. Shivs are good just to have in case you get ambushed, at least for Abby, with her playstyle. Alright, so let's see what we're gonna do here. Alright, so we got enemies coming up as soon as we leave here. Gotta make sure we get all the items. There'll be 2 clickers for us. That's why I love the hunting pistol. It's fucking amazing, bro. The hunting pistol is a really, really good weapon that could more or less kill most enemies. You'll see if you utilize the hunting pistol how fucking amazing it actually is. Not so much though against the Rat King, because again speed is going to be your best friend, and since you can't one-shot them, you know, nothing is going to really help you other than shotguns that have fast reload speed. Incendiaries is what you're going to need, and pipe bombs, which do basically the same thing as a hunting pistol, but larger area of effect. But nonetheless, a hunting pistol is basically what a pipe bomb is. It does burst damage. You know, that's basically what a pipe bomb does. The hunting pistol is basically like the gun version of a pipe bomb. Basically. Anyway. We're gonna try to upgrade them. Anyway, so we're gonna keep an eye out. There's some stalkers. Wall stalkers to be specific. So how to take out a wall stalker? Well, generally you can headshot them. Shouldn't be much of an issue. Especially if you know what to look for. Which is blue jeans. Dead. With a silencer, that'll help. I'm not sure what we killed here. Well, I'm not a big fan. Right now. Toggle? I gotta change that. I think it's in controls, right? Yes, it is definitely on controls. I just want to go and make sure shoulder swap, okay. Where the hell is it? That's not default. I'm pretty sure Default only. The fuck? What are they talking about? This is not default, bro. What are they talking about? If it were default... The fuck are they talking about? Weapon swap and listen, but why is it... I don't want to hold it... Oh my god. The fuck is this? What? I don't know. What? I'm very confused. Where's the options that have you going, pressing and toggling? The fuck is that called? There's something that controls, is it here? Alternate controls, maybe? Listen mode should be hold. I'm more used to it. Alright. I just want to see what we killed so far. It looks to me like there's another one over there. Not surprising though, because you would think you would have heard the noise. Oh yeah, that thing's alive, alright. Surprising. Little sneaky motherfucker, bro. Fucking scumbag. So what was that? Alright, so that's a clicker. Stalker. And I got this other clicker, right? Yep. 2 clickers taken down with a pistol. When I say pistol, I mean a hunting pistol. If I say handgun, I mean military pistol. Which is basically, that's what that is. That's a handgun. This is not your ordinary handgun. This is like a fucking mini rifle, basically. And is by far probably her best weapon. Other than the shotgun, which is, without say, both characters are amazing weapons, but her shotgun has incendiary shells, so that's pretty useful. Alright, so let's let's loot. There's a lot of stuff to loot. I keep the sonar on, it's a lot easier. Especially with looting. Scavenging, you'll be wasting hours trying to find shit. And who really needs to be doing that? There's another stalker in here, but I killed it already. Stalkers, you could generally easily one-shot them if you get a headshot. The wall stalkers don't move much unless enough noise is made. And I'm surprised because I made a lot of noise. Well, I guess not too much noise, but still. Yeah, wall stalkers. Alright, we're looking for supplements, basically. They should be around. Note that the supplements amounts will not change no matter what difficulty you're on, so it always stays at a set number. At least for your first playthrough, I know that. Because supplements and spare parts are basically considered SP or experience points for growth and upgrade. Weapon upgrades and character growth. Or weapon upgrade and skill upgrade, I guess. Alright, so this is the way we gotta go. Don't need that. Because we pretty much killed all the enemies, so I think we're good. I think. Yeah, we're not gonna go that way yet. Let's go this way. No need to waste this. I'm pretty sure this room's clear. Can I be too careful, alright? There's a lot of supplements in here, by the way, and other things. Among other things, blades, which are good. What else? What's that? Is that fungus? Shit, it is fungus. Well, might as well use one then. Don't want to just be sitting there for nothing. A full binding. Alcohol. 7 and 12, so that's 19 supplements. Once we're done grabbing everything here, we should be in good shape. For this next fight coming up, you're gonna want to hold on to this explosives that you have. Any explosives. So I think the pipe bombs are probably the most useful things you can get. Problem is because the hunting pistol has slow reload, so unless you have some good distance, you'll probably not want to use that for the fight. Unless you have distance again, so. But the good thing about the pipe bomb is that it stuns the target for a brief period of time. In other words, once it bounces on impact, it does deliver a brief period in which they're stunned. Which I guess you could then follow up with a hunting pistol. That's your call. Or you could shoot him with a hunting pistol and then throw a pipe bomb. But overall, I think you're safer off with the incendiaries, the shells, and flamethrower overall. Alright, let's loot this shit over here. More bindings. What are they giving us all those bindings for anyway? What do we need bindings for? Is that what I think it is? Wow. Alright, well if they're gonna give us 75% of a blade, I mean, I see very little reason not to use to make some ammo. Wait. Does that also need to be changed? I think it does. Shit. When did I do this? Crafting toggle hold. I think it's better that way. You know, just go to reset the defaults. I think it's better that way. Other than this, melee combos I like to hold. Alright, we're good. Let's see how many we got now. Well, we have enough for what we're trying to get, so improved melee weapon upgrades. Not really too concerned about that. I want to get the improved pipe bombs for the larger radius. And I'd certainly like to get the to craft more pipe bombs would be even better if I were able to get that at the moment. That doesn't have anything useful in it, believe it or not. See?
Let's see what you got.
Empty.
For fuck's sake.
Empty.
Please, let there be an ambulance in the garage.
I just want to make sure that we loot everything before we keep going forward, because if we don't, we can fuck ourselves over. Nice. 19 supplements. Can we use that for anything at the moment? I'm not even sure. No, we can't. Everything's 40 and up right now. Faster health kits is good. Honestly, ordnance is actually really good though. Ordnance and firearms I think is like probably our best. Increased health isn't bad either. I don't think I can use it for anything right now. I hate leaving things to waste, but it doesn't look like I could use anything, so Verjagt. I'm fucked. I'm all fucked over. Fucked. They gave me a lot of bindings, that's why. What's this? Wait, Wasn't I just in here? What the fuck? Oh. This shit just closes on the way out like that? I don't remember doing that. Alright. Alright, this is basically the way to the Rat King though. Emergency room, we gotta check the ambulance. No need to be alarmed. Everything is still okay. As far as I know. There's still a few more things to grab before we leave here. This is just a lot easier. End up missing a lot of good shit. And do you really want to be looking around for like hours on it? And like, I don't. No offense, but that would be a pain in the ass. I think I have to pick up my crossbow.
Jesus.
I forgot. Hey, look at this shit, bro. Horrible. That thing looks alive, but it's not. Certainly looks like it is, though. But they aren't. But it just goes to show that these things do combine, apparently, to make a gigantic, you know, culmination of sorts. We got a female. Must be a male over there. I don't know if the stalkers are in the walls by choice or if they just got molded into there. I don't know what the deal is. What the fuck are these motherfuckers? Yeah, my arrow should be over here from way earlier. That's the way we gotta go though. Yep. There it is. My cross arrow. Jesus. Because I thought that was alive, I shot my crossbow. It's been sitting there, waiting for me to pick it back up, I guess.
Come on, give me something.
Nada.
Nada. Please, let there be an ambulance in the garage.
I think it looks like there is an ambulance. In fact, we're looking right at the ambulance. Check it out. Oh, Abby, anybody home there, my friend? Man, this voice gives me the creeps, bro. It's a real deal horror show. See, look at all this incendiary rounds they give us. Give us a good amount. Alright, this is basically it. Make a save. Whew. Okay, I will probably save right here. Do I even have to, though? You know what? I want to make a different file, because this is actually a pretty cool... I want to make a separate file for this boss. One of the most terrifying bosses in the game. definitely. Alright, before we move any further, let's make sure we're in good shape. Meaning, the things that we will be relying on most: pipe bombs, incendiary arrows, incendiary bombs, shells. And if anything, you could also rely on the, if you want, you can also rely on this. Burst shot, toggle burst. But make sure you have burst on, because that's useful too. But I think fire is better, is your best friend here in this fight. Generally with the bigger infected, fire is generally your best friend. And because you get free refuel, you should take advantage of it. But I wouldn't attempt trying to damage him while we're off gallivanting from his terrifying chase, because during that time period I think it's best that we just keep running. Alright, so let's keep moving.
Who the fuck did this?
Yeah, right? I warn you now, this is very, very, very graphic. It's about to get very, very, very scary, so.
Don't panic. Let's get the shit and get out of here.
This is not for those who, you know, can't handle gore, because there's a lot of it. Or people who don't like macabre things like Texas Chainsaw Massacre or Rob Zombie, because this is one of those fights that's truly gonna remind you how much of a fucking horror this game really is. Just the scenery itself, it really gets your heart going. It's terrifying. Not just the boss, but the entire experience. It's fucking scary and heart pouncing, heart throbbing. It's a scary shit. It reminds me of something so, I don't know, macabre. When they're running through the dirty hallways, and then you're like frantically trying to find the doors, which ones open, which ones don't. Now I can't guarantee I'm gonna make it out alive in a perfect run. I've only did this once, so I've only really had a practice run. So at least I know what to, at least I know what he does. But it's still very, very, very hard. He's got a few different attack patterns. The first is the most dangerous, where it's where you have little room to attack. What was that? And there's the ambulance.
Bingo.
I think this is where I wanted to save my game. Here we go. Perfect. Alright, we're gonna be going up against the most terrifying boss in this fucking game. Motherfucker. I think we ought to switch our ammo. Yeah, make sure you have the incendiary shots. I don't think we're gonna need this. Won't be the point. Oh, they don't let you do that? I wish there was a quick shortcut. I can get there quicker. Or switch these two around somehow. I thought it would bypass, but it doesn't. Doesn't really matter anyway, though. Brick's not going to do you much good. Alright, so when we get in here, we basically get started. Real quick though, let me just make sure everybody's good to go. Fire will be our best friends, and of course these little guys. So we have the equipment we need to make more. Alright, good. We can make health kits, which is important. Alright, we should be good. Whew, okay, here we go. The fucking Rat King. I don't think there's anything in any of these drawers, so it's like kind of like a bust. Yeah, there's nothing in here. Nothing in any of them. But let's get ready for the hardest encounter in the game, shall we? And the scariest, mind you. Jeez Louise. I feel like smoking a cigarette before I get started. I could take a couple of drags, I guess, right? Oh, sweet. Do I have a J? I think I do. The hardest thing about this fight, though, is the routes you'll want to take when you're fighting him. That's what I've noticed. Hands down, hardest things about this fucking dude are the routes to take. Because if you're not quick enough, you're fucked. Pretty much. More or less. That's the biggest of the problems that you'll face. You'll often wonder which way to fucking go. But the first part of the fight, there is no shooting involved, it's just running. But if you get to a wrong door, expect a very unpleasant scene. Very unpleasant, actually. And I underline the word unpleasant. Well, actually, I should underline both. Very unpleasant. Like, it's the, you know, the death scenes are, probably the most gruesome that you've ever seen so far. I would say in the entire franchise. because of how realistic it is, you know? I mean, like, especially, you know, with the graphics these days, yeah, you know, as soon as you grab that box, it begins. I'm gonna smoke up right now. I highly recommend, if this is your first time doing it, to have this on, because it will lead you to where you have to go, at least in terms of direction. It's like almost impossible to know exactly where you're gonna go without it. It's a big aid. It'll really be a lifesaver. Alright guys, when we're ready, let's take this fucking thing. Well, at first, we're not gonna do shit, we're just gonna run. So be ready to press L1, or whatever you have your running button set to. Because you basically do a lot of running. And just real quick, I want to make sure I got this right. It is, let's see, I'm just gonna go to YouTube real quick. No, because of the route you have to take. This thing is horrific, man. Once you're in open quarters with it though, then that's when the fight actually begins in two different unique phases. Well, actually kind of three, but what's more important is to know where you're running. That's how you can easily die. As soon as you grab the box, right? That's when the shit goes down, bro. Oh my god. They call it the Rat King Clicker. I don't really know why they call it the Rat King Clicker. I think it starts off as the Rat King Clicker, and then it's a Rat King Bloater. And then finally, it's fucking dead. I think during the part we have to run from it. You really don't get a good view of it. Jesus. Don't worry, we're gonna get started any second. I just want to make sure we are gonna be taking the right path. So, but hey, you might want to see a death scene, I don't know. I mean, the most prominent thing you'll notice though probably is the clicker face. Whoa, what's going on? Alright. So the first begins as a chase with different prompts that you have to do. First being tapping square to break the window shield, going straight through the crevice. Open the first door by holding triangle. Then flashing red lights, then you make an immediate turn. And then the next door will open. Make another immediate turn, going through another crevice, and he will try to grab you. Then you have to make another run for it. That's where it gets a little confusing. But you are at the second part of that stage. The phase has 2 stages. It's 8. Well, 2 save points. 2 auto save points. 2 checkpoints, I should say. In the first phase. So, okay, so... Again, let's go over this, guys. I'm more or less likely to fuck up anyway, but... doesn't hurt to get a little practice in. So again, the fucking Rat King will come at you. You'll have to burst open the windshield of the car, the ambulance, go through a crevice, open a hinged door with the triangle button, hold it down, jump over some fucking crates and shit, then another door over to the right, a quick turn, another triangle, hold, you know, hinged door. Then you're going to be trying to go through another crevice, and once you make it through this crevice, he'll try to grab you and he'll let go for some weird reason and then bombard through a different direction. Basically you'll escape, he'll run away, and this begins your second, well, your checkpoint basically. So basically from where he crashes through, you want to run I'll tell you in a second. He grabs you, you get away because you fall down and he can't really see, so. Now when you see him bombard, you're gonna run, but you're not gonna keep going straight. You're gonna take an immediate left. There's an immediate left, and it's got an axe on the door that you have to slide open. That's how you know you're going the right way, and you can actually use the axe to do some damage. Thus, you'll fall into a pit, and things get really grim. The clicker stage is over. Then you're going to want to use your incendiary shotgun or flamethrower. But most of all, use pipe bombs if it ever gets too close, because that'll give it a minor stun. If you could deliver at least a couple of pipe bombs, because you want to preserve your ammunition, that's the thing. Basically, its weakness is fire. So, we're looking at a weakness to fire here, folks. But overall, you'll want to use those. If it ever gets too close to you, especially if it gets too close to you, throw a pipe bomb, because again, the pipe bombs have impact, which doesn't actually outright state it, but it does actually deliver a brief stun, which is important. Anything that can slow them down. And her most useful, her most useful items and weapons are probably, pipe bombs. And in terms of fire, the pump shot, the double barrel incendiary shells. And it shouldn't take that much to kill the motherfucker. Especially if you keep him ablaze, because he'll be fucking, just like any bloater or shambler, he'll be, inflicted with, a blaze. And whenever something is afflicted with blaze, they have a hard time moving around. Or they'll, toss and turn a bit before they actually, put the fire out. But he has a way of putting the fire out pretty quickly. And even when he's on fire, don't expect him to, stay that way for long. I'd say the most useful thing to use are pipe bombs. Like I said, pipe bombs can really fuck him up bad. We're gonna start in a sec. I'm just finishing my smoke, then we'll get started. So immediately when you drop, you can use the flamethrower or you could use the incendiary shells. Your choice. Because you actually have a fair distance at that point, but not for long. But as long as you can keep the fire on him, if you keep him blazed, he'll continue to shamble about. And he'll have a hard time, gripping you. But you want to keep your distance, because in his bloater phase, which is his second phase, he releases the poisonous mist, poison gas, which is not good. I think the best thing to do when you get down there is to immediately start going at him with the shotgun incendiary shells. Until a stalker will eventually drop from him. However, if you don't roam around too much, he shouldn't be much of an issue. Just stay on the Rat King. Once you get a good fire going with the incendiary shells, which sort of causes a lingering fire, which lasts longer than the flamethrower, but accompanied with the flamethrower, it will help. So let's see, it should take you realistically, depending on how many shotgun barrels you can hold, how many shells you could hold. It should take about, I guess, I'm thinking, with a full 4 shells, and then a little bit from the flamethrower. But even then, I would think just a couple of shots from the regular shotgun could even do it. The only thing is that if you don't light him ablaze, you're gonna have a lot harder time keeping him at bay. But during the first part of the, during the first part of actual combat with him, it's not as important as it is when he drops one of the stalkers from his body. which are elite stalkers. Then he gets a bit more aggressive. And he'll start regularly spraying the poison. Alright, so in the beginning, let's see, so when you drop down you have a good fair distance. You could immediately throw a pipe bomb at him. If you immediately throw a pipe bomb, that could work. Just thinking about it. The place is shaped like a circular. I would recommend staying within that circular area and laying and just keeping the heat on him. You know? Just want to see how much HP this thing is exactly. And once you fall down, because remember the axe hits the ground. He doesn't. Alright, good, okay. In the second phase, he becomes a lot more aggressive, I think. So, you're just going to want to keep running around in circles, and then you're laying the flamethrower on him. Once he gets close, dodge. Just keep going in circles. You're just going to want to keep going in circles, mainly. Just make sure you have your resources are up high, so you don't have to go fucking around the entire field to collect. Try to be accurate, so that this way you can finish him off relatively with ease. Because it's not over then. You still have to fight a couple of the more elite stalkers, which is also another new type of infected. They're basically they're like a mixture of stalkers and bloaters, or stalkers they're the most dangerous stalkers, I guess. They can throw myotoxin at you, and yeah, and they also even have like those weird cyst like cordyceps on them, like balls that the what do you call it have, that the shamblers have, as well as bloaters. So they have the pus sacs that they could throw. So they're unlike any kind of stalker you fought before. Alright, here we go. Let's do it. I'm basically ready to go, more or less. Okay. Now I'll probably die, I'm sure. But I'm just trying to offer sound advice, so that you don't die. But whew, the death scene is quite intense. tell you that much. The best thing is to not get too scared, but this is definitely a moment of scariness, I'm not gonna lie. Let me see how this is gonna go. Alright, and specifically if you have 4 shells, you should be even in much better shape then. Alright, so without further ado, everybody, this is how to do the Rat King. So I have explained pretty much every detail about him. If he grabs a hold of you, you're dead. So always keep your distance, don't let him grab a hold of you, and run in the first phase. First phase is a checkpoint, so you begin. This is going to be a checkpoint, and then there'll be a checkpoint once you get through another crevice, you know, a crack between the walls. And again, the final door, when he gets his hands on you and you get away, you're gonna keep running, but you're gonna make a sharp left. You're not gonna keep running straight. You're going to make a sharp left turn, and there's a door right there to the side with an axe in it, and this will definitely give you a upper hand on how to fight this thing. Alright guys, are you ready for a monstrosity that we've never seen before? Well, ready or not, I think we have to do this now, so yeah. And the good thing is I'm loaded to bear, so I am totally loaded to bear. Let's just hope that this is able to take him out. I'm hoping. You gotta be quick, basically. You don't really need a silencer, but does it really matter? Let's make sure all of our equipment's set. This is pretty useful too, actually. If you have burst on this will really come in handy. Remember, this is long range. And burst. If it is burst, you might even want to use that. Then you can go alternate between these two. Just getting used to my shit here. Alright, okay. Here we go. Ready or not? Here we go. The fucking horror. The nastiest boss ever seen in gaming history. Well, at least one of them. He's up there. Oh god. I gotta take a picture of this. Let's see. I don't want him to be seen too much because you see the clicker face? Oh wow. I want it to sort of be somewhat like dark and ominous. Oh yeah, I like that. I'll probably set this up as my what do you call it? I'll probably set this up as my screenshot for the title. Oh wow. Chromatic aberration. I don't want the phone ring that high. $38. Oh. Wow. What do you think? None? Oh wow. It's kind of mysterious. I like it. I like that. That's dope. Alright, here we go. There you go. Open the door, open the door, open the door. Jesus, what the... Oh my god, oh my god. I'm gonna take photo mode off, I think. Oh, I can't have that on right now. Photo mode, no. Options. This way. Not the other way. You want to go that way. This is the way you want to go. Now is where you want photo mode. Wow. Oh my god. Just put the saturation up. That's amazing. I think we can get away with none. What the fuck is that anyway? Oh my god. That thing's nasty. That's a real work of art. I always like vintage though. What do you think? Look good? I like it. Oh, wow, I like that. Sorry, but I'm an artist, so I get into this kind of stuff. I want to really capture the spirit of what we're doing here. I think that captures it pretty good. See? Look at the two fucking heads sticking out. That, yeah, that definitely does it, man. That's good. Yeah, I'm gonna go with that. Now let's put the logo up. That's great. Beautiful. And with that, might say I have more than enough to call it a wrap. Alright, get ready for the fight. Am I dead? Oh, it's got me. Don't worry, we got through phase 1. We're in good shape. Don't worry, there are checkpoints, so shit. Oh, fuck. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, well. That shit happens. What are you gonna do? In fact, I'm thinking about going with... I gotta switch weapons. Oh, God. Yeah. Head twist. How do I switch my weapons?
dead. He's fucking dead. I think.
There's gotta be a way out of here.
But that doesn't mean we are out of the woods yet. Because, well, for two things actually. That wasn't too bad. I only died twice, I think, right? Maybe more than that. I don't know. I think you did pretty good though. You fat piece of shit. That has got to be one of the best boss fights ever. As long as you know what to do, you'll be fine, bro. Alright, but the fight's not over. We actually have another phase to get through. Don't underestimate these things. Because these things are actually pretty tough. Alright, we got 5 shots right now. And you got 2 shots on the shotgun, which could help. For the hunting pistol. Because we're still not really out of the woods. The elite, I'm not sure how many there are, but there's a few. I would definitely loot anything you can get your hands on, though. They could also hurt you bad. And I'm not sure where the fuck these things ran off to. These are really good. I love those, honestly. Stalkers, don't bother using pipe bombs on them. But the pistol's good. Because of the amount of damage it does, but once they take enough damage, they will run away.
because they're pretty smart, at least for the infected, as far as infected go.
Still alive.
Mm-hmm. It's still alive. It's a stalk. It is a stalker, but it's an elite stalker. This is basically the stalker stage. That's basically what this is a stalker stage of the Rat King. It has 3 stages, really. Well, the first stage is a runner. That's why you had to run from it. Then a clicker, when it bites into your neck. And then a bloater. And then finally, this stage, the stalker. Nice. Hunting pistol ammo. I have 6 of that right now. We're dealing with a stalker though, so an elite stalker. A Rat King stalker, basically. People seem to not realize that this thing goes through basically the phase of each of the infected and displays signs of them pretty accurately, actually. And you could see that through the death scenes as well. There it is. What's she doing? Why is she doing that? In fact, if you've noticed, stalkers have been a much more formidable opponent in this segment of the game in general, in this chapter, in this part, in part 2. Introducing wall stalkers and shit. There's a stalker over there. An elite stalker. This place is horrific, bro. This is actually the final stage of the Rat King. Because this is not your typical stalker. It's a Rat King stalker, basically. You want to keep your backs to the wall. Why does she do that? I hate when she does that. This thing is not the easiest thing in the world. Stalkers, I think, are probably the smartest of the infection. We can make 3 of those. Backs to the walls, guys. Backs to the walls. Keeping our backs to the walls. Is it blood? I'm trying to concentrate right now. Just keep your backs to the walls, because that's when they try to get you. Backs to the walls. I'm gonna be ready to pistol whip it. What is that? much noise. Where is this dude? It's like he fucking disappeared, bro. I hate these fucking assholes with the bombs. It's not even the 4th of July yet. And it's fucking like in the afternoon. Jesus. What's wrong with people? I think we're good to go to the exit. They'll probably be waiting for us. Just be safe. This thing can do a lot of damage. Oh. Mindy's up there. Okay. Alright, let me get over here. We have to deal with them. He hid. Fucking scumbag. Let's give chase. They're pretty smart, so if you start shooting, they're gonna run. you go. Shiv it. We got it? Yeah, I'm pretty sure we got it. I'm pretty sure. Oh, Shiv. Shiv. You see how strong this thing is? Fucking powerful motherfucker, bro. He's powerful, bro. Real powerful. Is he dead? God damn him. Fuck this place. Jesus. See, this is not a typical stalker. This is a fucking Rat King stalker, okay? And it is very much the last phase of this boss fight. You will only find one of these. Have you ever seen a stalker that looks like this? With mycotoxin on him? Mycotoxin pus sacs on his body, because he's able to do that as well. It has a lot of HP, basically. Jesus fucking H Christ. Fuck this place, is right, bro. Wow. Before leaving, let's grab whatever we can. Finally finish this fucking place once and for all. It's a really good place to top up, so should probably do that. And lucky for me, I got some pretty dope ass pictures. Sorry about that, by the way, but I am an artist and I like to take good pictures. Any man in their right mind would take awesome pictures of this fucking place. Unless you're fucking insane. I would take advantage of crafting stuff here while you're here, because it just makes sense. This place has got a lot of good stuff. You can take advantage of it. Sorry about that, I just wanted to save that for my own viewing pleasure. If anything, you could just skip through the, what do you call it? photo mode that I did for myself. You just fast forward. Other than that, the fight proceeds as normal. I just really had to get some good photos. It was really memorable. I probably will get more in the future. This thing tries to intimidate you, that's the thing. But don't be intimidated. Stand strong. And keep laying the heat on them, literally. And you'll find that this thing will fall down fast. I can't even make pipe bombs right now. Because I can't find explosives, so... There we go. I'm gonna make these only because it's the only way you could possibly make them. You can't loot them. These you could loot. But these you can't. I really want to get improved version of that. That's the next skill I really want to grab. And I highly recommend picking up all the good shit you can get here, possibly. Sweet. Is that it? It's possible. This place is big as fuck though, remember? That might be it though. If so, so be it. No biggie. I'd say we found a good enough supplies. Think about it. This place is really creepy, bro. And during the boss fight, it was even darker, wasn't it? Or was it just me? I mean... place is mad dark during the fight. Alright, this is gonna exit. And don't worry, I think we're in the clear, so we should be fine. Gonna bring us to a bunch of trucks, but we're in the clear. Thank God, right?
Nobody's ever gonna believe that shit.
Fucking crazy. Oh, yes, sir. 20 supplements. Compliments to the chef. Very nice. I already know what I'm going to grab because I want to grab this. Craft more pipe bombs. Honestly, is valuable. And it only costs, what, 40? That's not that bad. And then your pipe bombs will pretty much go up to 6 instead of 4. And you craft 3 instead of 2. And since most of her shit comes from crafting, like most of her good weapons comes from crafting, so you have to kind of think of it like, you know, I notice a lot of people go for the increased health with the Abby, but you don't really need it. just get the first one. You really don't need that much health. What you really need, and I'm not gonna lie, I mean, unless you're constantly dying, but you really shouldn't be. What you probably need is, it's debatable whether or not you want to go with this or not, but I'd probably go as far as hold breath. Getting clarity, and I call it hold breath focus, or precision, basically. I would just go with the first health increase. Health boost by 25%. A quarter health boost. Then clarity. And then they call it hold breath, but I don't even call it that. I just call it steady aim. I don't know why they called it hold breath. They could have just called it steady aim. Or precision. Basically that's what it is precision. Once you get precision, it's up to you if you want to get listen mode range. It doesn't hurt, but I think at that point you'll probably have access to other things such as close quarters, which momentum is actually not bad. And if you have momentum, then you're gonna probably want to get improved melee weapon upgrades, because that just goes well with momentum. And once you get ordnance, you should probably finish it up. Especially firearms. Firearms probably be your first and foremost concern. Until you get crafting more incendiary shells, because let's face it, she is all about firearms and ordnance. And a little bit of close quarters with field tactics. So as you can see, for her, she's got 3 in field tactics and 3 in close quarters, because basically that's kind of like her build. She's a mixture of close quarters and field tactics, with the least being covert ops, and the most probably being ordnance and firearms. She's like the opposite of Ellie, basically. I think there's also a coin that we could grab. Let's grab it. Should be in this booth. Was it Washington or some shit? I don't know. Hawaii. 1959, right? Yep. 1959. That was when it was official state of America. With whatever the fuck that is. A duck? A goose? A swan, maybe? Or a dove? I don't fucking know. I'm not an avian expert. Those are parts, so that'll help. I think that's about it, though. There ain't much else. Yeah, that's it. Alright, so let's go up here and grab the parts. Shouldn't be that much, but it's something. 16 parts. It's better than nothing. 16, and I already have 21, so... Right? Yep, so I get 37. And that's the Rat King, folks. In all its fucking former glory. All the forms. From the first runner form to the clicker form into the shambling form, and of course, last but not least, the elite stalker form. These are basically all the forms. Shamblers and bloaters are basically one of the same, except bloater is like a much more dangerous version of a shambler. Alright, we got... Oh my god. Ooh, see what I mean? She got some close quarters abilities. But she's not like Ellie at all, in her terms of gameplay. Her combat style is different. If anything, she's more similar to Joel.
What did you do? Nothing. I told you to stay put. But I couldn't. Your friends are all over the place.
Her friends.
Did you get the stuff? Yeah. I just need to get the hell out of here. Hey. Follow me.
I'd have to say, honestly, Abby's story has been quite fucking trip, man. Much better than Ellie's. I personally like Abby as a character even more than Ellie. But that's just me, personally. I like her personality more. Her as a character, I guess I could can fight with her more, understand her plight. I can see where she's coming from. I confide in her issue. She's just a more interesting character to me personally, because she's an ordinary girl in a post-apocalyptic world whose only family was killed by a man who could have sacrificed a girl whose death would have meant saving the future of mankind and everybody for it. It's just, I don't know, I can't help but to not agree with Abby. And honestly, that would leave Joel being the main antagonist, which he kinda is, actually. He pretty much cold murdered everybody in the fucking hospital. They didn't really get to show you that much of that, really. They didn't show you a lot of it, but that's what he did. He just murdered everybody in cold blood. All those innocent people, just killed them. And look what happened to Ellie for it. She resented him for it.
It does.
She killed an innocent girl's father. He killed an innocent man's father. Nonetheless, he's clearly in the wrong. Dead wrong. So I thought it was gonna be Ellie that was gonna kill him, but I was wrong. Also, Abby's an animal lover. I love animals, so. Just, I don't know, the story in general with Abby. There's a much better contrast to the one that we got to see in Ellie's. And they were really able to develop this character so well within the majority of the last half of the game, but the majority of it was with her. That's the thing. Most of the major encounters were with Abby. Alright, so we're gonna have a cutscene. Again, goes back to, I think it's more like a nightmare. Because, then I'll probably end this broadcast. It begins day 3 anyway, so might as well. Let me just... But yeah, overall as a character, I do like Abby better. I didn't agree with the aspect that they needed to make her jacked up like that. There was no need for that. None of the other girls looked like that. I don't see there any reason why she had to look like that. I don't know why they couldn't just keep her the way she looked. She looked fine. She looked awesome. They wouldn't fucking ruined it by making her mid-built. Although, again, that doesn't really deter from me liking her as a character. I just think, on Naughty Dog's behalf, that they shouldn't have decided to make her mid-built. But overall as a character, all in all, I definitely like her a lot more. But still, my favorite character will always be Tess. I love Tess. She's the best. Tess was the fucking best. I loved her so much. Tessie. She was smoking hot. She really was, though. And she was a badass too. Wait a minute, what are we up to right now? I don't even know what we're up to right now. I'm just trying to... Are we still up to chapter 7? I'm not sure. Oh shit, we are actually. Yeah, okay, so we're in the marina then. We're basically at chapter 8. Is 1 artifact and 2 coins, but Kansas and fucking... But not yet though. I think we have to wait until we get to modern day. This is just a quick nightmare or whatever, flashback or dream. I think it's like a dream or some shit. Yeah. It's gotta be. Because it seems surreal. You'll see. It seems like something that nightmares are made of. See? It's fucking weird, like... He's just in an abandoned building, like... Smiling. Seattle Day 3. Alright, folks. And this is where we come to an end. I do hope you enjoyed the video of the Rat King, my live broadcast of it. Again, I apologize if the photo mode that I did bothered you, but overall I think I delivered a pretty effective way on fighting him. I mean, for a guy who went up against him only once prior to that, I think I did a pretty good job.
Owen? Just me.
Oh, she's a bitch. I hate Mel. Mel's a bitch, bro.
What are you still doing up? Changing your benches.
She's kind of a bitch, though. She seems like a stuck-up bitch.
These guys are tough.
She's been this way since the beginning. Like a bitch.
His love doesn't really see out.
She just seems like a stuck-up bitch. That's all.
Owen invited them to come to
However, Abby, on the other hand, just seems like mad chill. She has good self-restraint, too, by the way.
Going by now.
She's got a good head on her shoulders.
Actually, I'm going with them. But not if you come.
She's a bitch.
What? We may fall if we relax with these kids. But I don't. There's nothing to fall for.
What are you talking about? Like,
Isaac's top scar killer suddenly had a change of heart. Nothing to do with Owen. Right.
this has nothing to do with Owen, actually.
I haven't always done the right. You're a piece of
She actually just did this for these two kids. In fact, I think Mel is a piece of shit. And thus, she's a medic, because she compensates for the fact that she feels like a piece. Because well, I'm not gonna talk, but she treats people like shit, so she thinks by being a medic and helping out others will fulfill the emotional blockage of not being able to treat people right on an emotional level, and therefore by physically treating people fulfills that, you know, hole in her heart, because she clearly has, you know, personal issues with others and how to treat people. Now, how do you go about being a combatant with one arm? You could, though, use a sword. You'd have to use a sword. Primarily double edge. There's a will, there's a way. That's the best way to go about it, honestly. Double-edged sword. Also known as a Thieves' Blade. Or a Zorlin. A Zorlin shape. There's a few names for them, but they're basically two blades at the end of each. Therefore, it makes up for the fact that she only has one hand, and she's basically dual wielding a blade. You have to be very careful with it, but with enough training and practice, which is going to take a lot of practice. Probably should use a dull blade or, you know, a sheathed blade before using the real thing, but she doesn't have both arms anyway, so she hasn't have much to worry about. Zorlins are great because they have blades on both ends, which will cover her from back and front. It's a really good way to go about it. Then of course you'd have to think of other ways too, not just that. Bow and arrows are out of the question. I'm trying to think. What else can they do? Well, they can do quite a bit with one hand. It's just you could blind foes. Let's see, one-hand combat. One-handed combat. Because she's gonna need to find ways to defend herself. but she can't be using that weapon anymore. She's gonna have to use a Zorlin. That's her best bet, I think. I'm just curious now to find out what the fuck. Combat using only one arm. Yeah. Believe it or not, one arm may essentially give you better coverage, protection. In other words, there's actually self-defense with one hand tied back. Fighting with one arm. It actually makes your arm that much more powerful. For one-handed use, you're basically restricted to knives and some swords. Daggers and knives are messy, but so are all sharp weapons. An impact weapon like a mace, hammer, or axe would likely be. Let's see. This is how I'll close this video, if anybody were wondering how she was going to go about it. That's another thing too, shields can actually be used shields could be used as weapons and it can be used as protection. Think about you can crack somebody with a shield, bash them. That's what I said, you're restricted to knives and some swords. And yes, an axe or hammer would be too awkward. Recovery time from a missed swing would be a bit too slow to stop a counterattack. Yep, he's mentioning the sword I'm talking about. A Reichswort, or a side sword you could look into. Short swords and knives, just because they're small, they'll do a lot of damage, yes. One sweep can disembowel someone, and I'm convinced short swords are underrated players among swords. They combine the maneuver of a knife with the striking power of a sword. He would have to learn how to choke someone out. I would say that's another thing too, legs. Think about your legs. And she is Asian too. Chinese butterfly, Tai Chi swords are incredibly light and fast. Throwing knives are good. Zorlin. Falcons and other curved swords are an option. Kalsberger Lake Ledge, okay. You would need a silencer. I think her best bet is knife fighting though, honestly. Knife fighting and knife throwing. A Zorlin. The Zorlin shape. Basically a cross blade. Leaf swords. There we go. Alright guys, yeah, I'm gonna end my video here, and thanks for watching. I hope you enjoy the video, and yeah, this has been the Rat King, and I will just I was actually supposed to end the broadcast already. I just was reading something. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video, guys, and I hope it was of some help. And yeah, so again, stick with pipe bombs, incendiary shells, the shotgun, and just keep the heat on them. They'll be good to go. And like I said, just keep spinning around in circles. And then at the last stage, when he falls apart and you think it's dead, think again, because you have a stalker Rat King. The Rat King Stalker, basically. Also known as the Elite Stalker, but who are you kidding? It's basically the last living part of the Rat King, which is the last phase. And what does it do? It does exactly what a stalker does. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching, guys. Till next time.